Thanks guys for joining me once again. To make our soap, we need a molder like this, and you can find this molder pretty everywhere. You can find these at Walmart, you can find this online on Amazon, AliExpress, you can find it on eBay as well. So it's really easy to find. And these are the stuff that I'll be using today. And as you can see here, I have sprayed everything already with alcohol in order to disinfect everything. We don't want to make a soap with a bacteria or any kind of microorganism. So in our soap today, we are going to be using honey. And honey is very beneficial to the skin. This is organic honey, and if you're looking for a very glowing, nice looking skin, honey is the way to go. I have here the oat, and this is oats that I have to blend, and I will blend some portion of these to make the soap. And I will be using rice flour as well. This is organic rice flour. So everything has to be organic, guys. That's just the way to go. So I also need a preservative because of the milk that I'll be using. So I'm using sodium lactate, and this is 60%. I'll be using these as well, and I have here the milk that I'll be using. You can use any kind of milk of your choice. That will be fine, but please try and use a very good milk. So we also need our soap base. Soap base is very easy to find. You can find it on Amazon, AliExpress. You can find it at Walmart. You can find it also online, eBay as well. So you can get your soap base online. So without the soap base, there is no soap at all. So you need a soap base. And this is a glycerin soap base, organic, 100% organic. So the first thing I need to do here is to cut some portion that I'll be using. Please guys, this soap has no measurement. So I'm just going to be using some because this is my personal use. So I am not going to be making any kind of measurement. I'm not going to make a lot as well. So this is not easy to rip apart. Okay, so I'm going to get some parts of it, and what I will be doing is to toss this into the oven for about 30 seconds so they can melt before I start mixing my ingredients into it. So I just need to cut them into smaller pieces. Yes, I didn't mention I'll be using some kind of oil. I will be using hemp seed oil and jojoba oil as well because they are really nice for the skin. And I have a oily skin, so this oil are just the best for me to use. Like I said, this is a personal soap. I have been making my soap myself, and the one I made just got finished, so I decided to make this one and put it in here for you guys to see. So I'm going to toss this into the oven for 30 seconds and I will be back. So the soap base is fully melted, and the next step is to blend the oat, and I'm just going to take some portion of it, not too much. So like I said guys, this recipe doesn't call for measurement. I'm just doing what I will be using personally, so there is no need for me to measure it. So I'm gonna blend these to get the powder in order to be able to use it to make the soap. So this is blended already. I am just going to keep it aside. So I'll be using half a cup of the milk. and some quantity of the oats. So there's no measurement for this recipe. It all depends on what you want. I'm just making some quantity and it's my personal use. So I'm going to add some quantity of the rice flour. In there. And some quantity of the honey. So guys, honey is very, very good for your skin. I love honey on my skin, and it is always best to put honey in your DIY when it comes to your skin. So I will be using the stick blender to blend everything properly. So I'm going to add the oils, and I will be using a measurement for these. This is a teaspoon of the roasted oil. Okay. And also the hemp seed oil, I will be using 1 teaspoon. So let me get these out of the way. And the preservative I'll be putting afterwards. So it's just too loud. I need to get this out of here. So now I will be putting the preservative in here. I don't want to make a mess. So my preservative will be, so I'm putting the preservative, and I'm using half a teaspoon of preservative in this. So the reason why I am using a preservative is because of the milk. So you need to preserve your soap. Now please do not put your preservative when it's still warm. You have to put it afterwards, because when you put it in the hot heat, that's not so good for the preservative. So you have to wait until the temperature is low, then you can add your preservative. Okay, so this is almost ready, and this is time to bake. So I am going to pour it in the molder, and it's always best for you to spray alcohol on top of it, because they, as you can see right now, they are like bubbles all over, and these bubbles can cause bacteria, so we don't need this. So after pouring your, okay, let me show you guys what I'm talking about, because some people might be confused. Let me get these out of the way. It's time to bake, and I will pour it in here. And all you need to do is to spray on top of it. As soon as it comes in contact with the alcohol, the bubbles, they go away, which is quite good. Well, don't be scared of the alcohol, because it's going to evaporate. And I actually did spray a little bit, so that's nothing to worry about. I personally do not like alcohol on my skin. Even if it's my body, I don't want to apply any form of alcohol. So guys, the soap is going to sit for about an hour for it to mold, and I would suggest not to put it into the refrigerator. It is best to just leave it to air dry, and that will be the best. There is no need to hurry. The world is not coming to an end yet. So just let it sit for 1 hour or thereabout, and it will be solidified. I will be back once the soap is solidified. My soap is fully baked, and I have to get them out of the molder to show you guys what it looks like. And this is so beautiful. So you just have to be careful when you are taking out your soap from the molder. And I allowed it to sit for about 3 hours because I was busy doing other stuff. This is a very great soap for balancing the pH level of your skin because of the milk and the honey. And it is also good to lighten up your skin if you have hyperpigmentation, any kind of discoloration. This is just the best soap for you. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to wrap your soap if you want to give it out to a friend or a family member. All you need to do is to get a plastic like this and just wrap it in a very fancy looking way. So you have to place your soap on top of the plastic and hold the edges. You have to be gentle. I'm just going to turn this around. Yeah. So hold tight the edges together and squeeze a little bit, not too much, and squeeze it around. And then you need ribbon to hold. It's quite easy though. You know, you can sell these if you want to. So this is a very good idea for whosoever that wants to start a small business. And you have to cut the excess plastic on top so it will look really neat. And you also need a hand dryer. So set your hand dryer in a medium heat, not too hot, otherwise you're going to melt the plastic. Yeah, this is so nice. So it looks really great for a gift or to sell. And yeah, so you can also put these in a gift basket during the Christmas period or anytime you want to give out a gift. Just look for a fancy basket and put your soap in it, and it will look really nice. So thanks guys for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell as well so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. I love you guys as always, and I would say if it doesn't feed you, do not water it. Bye guys.